So me and my two best mates, we'd been hanging out all day. We were stalking this guy online. He'd sent this like properly gross message to our other friend. So we found out all this stuff about him online, sent it to his boss, lol. Joke's on him, do you know what I mean? Don't mess with us.
Come on, let's get a drink.
Yeah, do you know where you're going?
Yeah, come on.
No, you're right. So anyway, that's how this whole thing started really. So the three of us was hanging out in Priory Park. And we was like reading old magazines, like reading old bits of paper, looking up at the stars, just like vibing, you know. And then I saw it. And it like took me a moment. I looked at it and I really saw it. And I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I look at it for a second and I go to Gemma, I'm like, Gemma, oh my gosh. And she's looking up at it with me. And just as I'm taking it in, like my hand started to shake. And I like couldn't really believe it, I couldn't process it. But we looked it up, we looked at all the constellations, and it was, we all got the same thing. It was a new star, like freaking out. And we kept checking, we kept looking, and it just wasn't in any constellation. It was this new star. And we was thinking maybe it was a comet or something from another planet. But we all knew what it meant. And it meant that there was this new leader had been born. And not just any leader, a king. But also, so it's telling us a new king has been born, but listen, also, it fulfilled this mad prophecy that had been spoken about for years, like before we was even born. We all go back to our places. I come back here, we pack up our stuff, and then we go out and meet again, and we're looking up. It's quite easy to spot. We find our star, and then as we're looking at it, it moved. It moved. So we figure, let's just follow it. You know, like those videos, like those gifs of like cats following a laser? That was us. Like there was like an angel with a torch shining it down on the earth, and we just follow it. And we follow it all the way to the edge of this little town. And we get there and we're like, right, let's go find who's in charge. They must know what's happening, yeah? We'll let them know we're here. So we go and find the local MP, and we go in and we're like, congratulations. Looks at us a bit like confused. So we're like, we saw the star. We followed it all the way here. We got gifts. So he thanks us for coming, and he's like, congrats on finding us and getting all the way here. And then he asks where the baby is, and we're like, hello, just follow that fat off star, old man. Hello. Anyway, the concept seemed beyond him, so we just carried on. And then suddenly we're at the end of our journey. The star stops, we stop, we knock on the door, and the mum answers, and then there he is. He's just there, this baby we've come all this way for, that has been told about in the stars. We're all crying. She fainted, like bam, hit the floor. We was all emotional though, like crying, tears, snot everywhere. So we come in, and then like it's normal, we just have something to eat, have a cup of tea. All meanwhile, like this baby king is just toddling about. And you can feel his like overwhelming presence, and you're kind of calm, but at the same time you're watching him terrified that he's gonna like fall over, bang his head, eat something he shouldn't, and you're like, oh, please don't die while I'm here, little king. Please don't just die. We stay for a couple of days, and then as we're packing up to go, cheers, she reveals she's had this dream where like this person has come to her and been like, don't get out of the way, and been like, don't go back to Herod. Don't go back to that MP. He's bad news. He's got this bare, awful plan. Don't go back. And we're like, yeah, whatever. But she describes this person, and Mary and Joe are like, oh, that'll be Gabriel. And we're like, oh, okay, so let's maybe not go back to Herod then. And Mary's like, yeah, listen to Gabriel. They know what they're talking about. And Joe's like, yeah, but like Gabriel also brings loads of responsibility, so be like cautious of them. And we're like, whatever, Joe. And then we go. We make sure that we don't go back to Herod, because I guess Mary and Joe know what they're talking about. And that's that. We haven't really processed what's happened still. Mad.